Okay, we're back, and the next project on the California IROC is going to be headliner material. Redoing the headliner. So I got this in the mail, and we're going to start taking the headliner out and digging into that. As you guys probably know about third-gen Camaros, they like to have this kind of foamy headliner material, so it basically starts to separate and come apart. I've got this kind of command center thing, so it's probably kept the headliner from falling down further than it needed to be, but you can see the whole thing's pretty much shot. So as I drove the car to Pasadena yesterday, it seems like it opened up even more of it because I had the windows down. So but the car is going very well, and that's our next project. I also did get some diff fluid, gear oil from O'Reilly, and so we got the material ready for that. I am chasing down the dreaded vibration problem someplace in the drivetrain though, and it's got me a bit confounded. I've been reading all kinds of stuff on the boards about issues with, it could be the wheels out of balance, it could be the drive shaft, it could be the rear end bearings or the axle bearings. So those are the three things I've got to kind of troubleshoot out. I'm probably going to get into another video on that, but just to kind of let everybody know, that's another item that I'm looking at. It's not that bad of a vibration, probably kicks in at about 65, 70 miles an hour, and then just kind of persists. So there is a lot of tape weights on the right rear wheel, so I did pick up a set of used IROC wheels from a guy on eBay for $100, which I thought was a steal. So even if I just use these as a set to play around with to try to take out some of my vibration woes by swapping out a wheel here or there, I might do that as well too, and then just relist those on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace to resell them local here in California. So yeah, so let's start taking that headliner out. You can see in the command center there's a couple of Phillips screws. There's interesting this little kind of like light combo flashlight thing, which doesn't seem to be working. I don't know if it needs batteries. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit of a light there. So probably not as strong as cell phones of the day, but it was an accessory back then, and there's like a little pouch and this other thing. So in feeling this thing, it seems like it's definitely held on here. So we'll start taking these two off, and you can see the sun visors. Some of these are separated as well too, so you can see that these are probably going to need to either be recovered or replaced. And in the back we have, of course, the speaker grills. They seem to be in pretty good shape. Those parts come out too. And over here, same thing. Looks like there's a screw to take this A-pillar off. And then these, I think, are held on with clips. And I just felt one come loose right there, and I believe there's a couple other clips across the front. So start taking that down. And as you can see, all it was just taking those two, and then that just slid off of these four holders here, and then here's the piece and the board, and we'll see what kind of condition it is as we continue to keep getting this out. So I'm going to unconnect this and then start taking the rest of these off. Okay, we're getting progress, and this has turned into messy work. So you can start to see some of the stuff out, and I got a lot of the parts out already, and the rest of this. So I'm getting ready to just pull it out from here, and hopefully there's success. I did break one of the clips. A lot of people talk about those coming apart. There's another one here as well too, so it has to be expected on a car this age. That's just kind of the nature of the job. Okay, parts out. Got those stacked up. Got the big mess vacuumed out on the car. Getting that headliner out. Here's the grody headliner. So I think, as you can see, just nastiness of foam. I'm gonna start taking this apart. In fact, I'm gonna take it out of the sun because it's already starting to get kind of baked. But you can see, just vacuuming this up will take a lot of this away. So I'm gonna go through that and get going on that and dig it out of the sun here. So there we go. Hey guys, so we're making more progress with the headliner. Got all the foam off of it, as you saw, and the next phase is kind of putting some strength and reinforcement into it. So I went and got a kit from O'Reilly for fiberglass. It really just contains some resin, hardener, stir stick, and a little pan. I used to use a chip brush from Home Depot. As you can see, this is starting to harden up, which is good. It means I got the right amount of hardener and resin. So what I did is, on some areas I actually used a little bit of cloth like this. Clip retainer kind of come out of the material, so that'll strengthen that up. And then kind of along the seams of this, where there was some separation going on, what I did is I also put in a piece there, and then along in here where these winglets are kind of sensitive and weak for breakage. And then there was a delamination going on some of these edges as well. So wherever there was some of that, what I did is I basically strengthened it up with resin. So it'll be rock solid, and this material anyways makes for a good matting to hold the resin in place as well. So there was a lot of folks that were taking this and they were actually flipping it the other way around and then coating the whole thing with resin. To me, that's the fabric side, and that makes for potential unevenness that you're going to see inside the vehicle. So I opted to do the back reinforcement method instead, and I'm fortunate that this is not saturated with moisture damage or things of that nature. So I've also got the material in place, and that came in as well. So you can see here is this nice black foam backed material. So I've got all that ready, and that came as well. So the next phase will be to get the material actually put on the board, and I've got some Permatex headliner adhesive, a can of it on order at O'Reilly. I'll go pick up tomorrow, and I'll lay that down and stitch this into the video as well too. So, but making progress, and yeah, getting to the next phase. Once this dries, we'll put the other thing on. The other thing it is, well, too, O'Reilly had these really cool clips, which these ones were the ones I took off, and you can see they're very brittle, and I literally snipped them off with a dike to get them out of the way. So a little bit of damage on some of the trim pieces. They're just very, very brittle. Same thing with like this as well. So I've got some other trim screws that have a washer on them, and then some of the weather strip is that as well too was kind of coming off, and so I used some 3M adhesive to kind of pull those back together as well too. So Yeah, once you get in and lift it up above the seat, and you got to get it in between the seat belts. Careful, not so fast. In between the seat belts. There you go. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Now.
Hello. And then
We're gonna get this.
go there. Now put that in.
Okay, so this is what I was talking about as far as getting this. So there's one.
Huh?
So there's one. There's the other one. Okay, so now what we have to do is get this so that these clips find their way home here. There's one. Hang on a second.
There. Now ding.
Stay over there.
There's two. Okay, so now like I said, the next part
Yeah. The next part.
is connecting this up. Can you hold it from the back? You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, good job.
What are you tightening?
Tightening
I
the
know.
man console thing here to the
He's tightening that. That's what I thought you were going to say.
So now there are holes that we have to use the pick to get through that, but at least you can see that things are starting to...
Hey.
Okay, so we got the headliner in and it's attached now with the center console piece, and I'm starting to make the connections in the back here. I got one of the speaker grills in, and I've got to put the other piece here, but literally now it's just kind of buttoning up all the trim. As you can see, it's looks really nice now that it's all coming back together. So yeah, we just got to put the trim pieces in for the speakers, and put the coat hooks in, and then this piece that goes across here, and then I'll put the sail panels in and both of the visors on each side as well, and that should do it. So as you can see, it's nice and smooth. It just feels nice. It feels like new. So a lot of these dimples too will start to wear out in time. So so yep, we'll get the rest of that put in and check back. Okay, we are done with the headliner. Woo, woo, woo. Turned out really good. I'm really happy. Lots of painstaking detail and care to get it together, but it's all in. As you can see, it really came out nice. So very, very pleased with the results. A lot of YouTube videos to make sure that I did the job right, and a lot of people said replace it with an ABS one, but I'm glad I took the time to save what was there, just get some material and do it the harder way, I guess. But so that and that's a wrap on the headliner. So that's good. And so keep watching. Appreciate all the comments and the feedback. Subscribe if you like, and yeah, stay cool out there. Peace.